Well, hello! How the hell are you? What's happening, guys? And check it out, I'm finally back. Okay, so I know 2 weeks wasn't all that long to wait, but it felt like an eternity for me because not being able to make a video on a regular basis and discuss things happening with gaming and Nintendo and all that good stuff with you guys really sucks and it brings me down. And it's been a pretty good week because of, like I said last time, two great games have come out. I've been playing Uncharted 4 and Doom 4 like crazy, and they are both so good. I talked about it a little bit on that last video, but now that I've got all my shit up and running again, you see me with the good camera, you hear me with the good sound. I'm ready to kind of get back into the groove of things a little bit, and I want to discuss some of what I missed. Now, during these last couple of weeks, when I wasn't able to be making and updating videos for you guys, there was another interview from Tatsumi Kimishima, the one and only, the new president for Nintendo that everyone loves to talk about. Seems like a pretty great guy so far. I'm a huge fan of how things have been being treated at Nintendo, how news has been coming out, what seems like their angle is going forward. A lot of this stuff coming probably from Kimishima's new leadership. I'm a big fan of that stuff. I feel like the guy is doing a couple of great things so far, but it's too early to tell for sure. So I'm not jumping 100% on the We Love Kimishima bandwagon yet, but I do believe in the guy. I think Nintendo probably did make a smart choice. And a lot of what he said so far has made me feel pretty good about things. So I'm feeling good about Nintendo despite all the really shitty news the last couple of weeks with E3 and the Zelda delay and NX next year and all these different things. I still feel pretty good about Nintendo. Now, in this interview that he had, probably a week and a half ago, over a week ago, I think at this point, the main thing that people took away from that and that everyone was talking about and writing articles about and posting videos about, and I probably would have done the same if I could have, was what he insinuated about the NX not being a traditional sequel, a traditional successor to the Wii U, and that it's this whole new experience and a whole new way to play. Now, it's not really the first time that Nintendo has come out and tried to say something like this or spin the NX as something that isn't a true successor to the Wii U. I've even talked about this before, like a year ago, because many, many months before Iwata passed, he said the same thing. I mean, Nintendo's kind of been trying to spin this messaging of the NX for a long time that, hey, it's not a successor. Now, they haven't used this word, but everyone is bringing this back up. It's a third pillar. Now, that's something that they have not actually, that's a phrase or a concept they have not brought up in this current generation with the Wii U to NX transition, with the NX in general. That's something that a lot of people, myself included, are getting from a decade past when the Game Boy Advance and the GameCube existed and the DS was coming along, and Nintendo tried to proposition the DS as a third pillar, as a third existing platform for gaming and experiences that was going to coexist alongside if the GameCube is their console and the Game Boy Advance is their handheld. And it was a really cool idea and it sounded great, and I even think that Nintendo probably genuinely meant to make that happen, but it did not happen. Not at all. The Game Boy Advance went away very fast, very quickly after the DS came out and was so popular and successful, and that kind of made sense. I mean, the DS even played Game Boy Advance games, the original model, so there really was no reason for that to exist. So I think that they were trying to say, hey, all this stuff you're buying from us, all this hardware, these Game Boy Advances that you love and that is doing so well, you don't have to stop buying them just because we're releasing this DS. Maybe you should buy both, and maybe you should buy all three with our GameCube and all this stuff. And that's what they were trying to do, I think, and it just didn't happen, and that makes sense for it to have happened that way because, there was no reason to buy all those things. Now, today, although they're not, like I said, they're not using the phrasing of third pillar, I think that what Kimishima and even Iwata back in the day and everyone has been talking about from Nintendo about what the NX is supposed to be is I think they're trying to instill the faith in the Nintendo fan and in the gamer and the consumer that they're not giving up on the Wii U yet and that they are trying to do this third pillar idea. And it's like, hey, your 3DS and your Wii U are just fine as they are. Keep enjoying them. Keep buying them. We'll keep making games for them, I feel like is what they want us to believe, but they sure as shit have not shown us that. And then just be excited for the NX, and you can purchase an NX as well and keep that right alongside your 3DS and your Wii U, and everything's going to be continuing on hunky-dory, and there's no reason to stop using all of these machines. And again, that sounds great, and I would love it because you've heard me talk about how much I love the Wii U. Yes, Nintendo made a lot of mistakes with the system. Yes, there are some things that really didn't go that well, and a lot of games that maybe should have been on the platform. But I love that controller. I love the Miiverse and the operating system, and I love the exclusive library. It's one of the best consoles I've probably ever owned. It's definitely not the best, but it's up there. It's probably top 10, top 5 or so. It's a great little machine. And so I don't want it to go away, and I don't want Nintendo to move on from it, but they are moving on from it. They just simply are. And what I find a little disheartening about what Kimishima was saying here is I think that they're trying to confuse the messaging to people, and I don't think that they're being upfront and honest. I'm sure that in the depths of Nintendo's headquarters, where they've been working on this thing for years and, preparing and planning everything they're going to do, and they start revealing it to us, they know that this is not a third pillar, that this is not going to be something they want to continue alongside the Wii U, and that the Wii U is nothing that they're going to continue to support. If that was the case, then 2016 wouldn't have ended up being so barren. I feel like they would be working really hard to make games coming out on the Wii U as well as what they're going to have launching on the NX. And I mean, the thing is, I don't even blame them for not having anything on the Wii U. Here's the thing. I blame them for trying to pass this messaging on to us that, the Wii U's still going to keep continuing. We're not trying to make a successor. It's something totally different. And I guess that may end up being true, but I don't think it is. So I blame them for that messaging, but I don't blame them for, if what I think is true really is true, I don't blame them for saying, well, we got to move to the NX. The Wii U hasn't really been all that successful. We have to abandon this thing as soon as possible, which sucks, I know, but we do. We got to move to this next thing. We can't afford. We don't have the resources. We don't have the manpower. We don't have the time or the money to keep a full, robust Nintendo library coming on a regular basis on the Wii U. And then also make this NX console, this hardware, and new software for that, for the launch and beyond. I don't think many companies, even the big ones like Microsoft and Sony, could really do that. You have to divert your efforts from your previous gen, which is now going to be the Wii U very soon, into this next machine. So of course they're not making stuff and supporting the Wii U, because all of their teams and all of their staff and their money is going into the NX. And honestly, it should be. That's exactly what should be happening. What is happening, I think, is what should be happening. The problem is Nintendo's not really being honest. Kimishima's not really being honest with us. He's going into PR mode. He's putting that PR spin on it, which is something else that I weirdly can't even fault him for either. They have to maintain, of course, we love our Wii U. We believe in it. Gamers like it. We want to support it. You don't have to give up on it yet, because we're not giving up on it. I guess, yeah, he has to say that. He can't be like, the Wii U, what a piece of shit that was. Yeah, we left that thing in the dust. Let's talk about the NX. That's going to be way cooler. It'd be cool if he could say something like that, or if anyone could be that freaking honest in the gaming industry, but they can't. He's a corporate suit. That's who he is. He's a businessman. He's the president of Nintendo currently. He's in a position where he can't say that. He's got to stand by their product while it's the product that they have. So it's a couple of bad things happening that I don't really like that they're having to say, but I can't fault them for any of it. So it's a really weird little window where it's the business side says, well, you got to do what you got to do. And because I'm such a Nintendo fan and such a big gamer, I'm just so excited for whatever the NX is going to be. And I just believe in Nintendo. I believed in them with the Wii U. It wasn't successful. Gamers didn't pick up on it. Nintendo made some mistakes and dropped the ball in a couple of arenas. But I still think that they've learned. They're so smart. I know that they learned lessons from this thing. And I think that they're going to really knock it out of the park with the NX. So it's I don't really care that they're not maybe saying the right things to the public, because I believe that what they're going to do and show us is probably going to be amazing. And it's going to make at least me very happy, and hopefully a lot of other Nintendo fans and gamers. But it is unfortunate. And so I really just, with this video, with this return to form after 2 weeks of not being able to make a real video for you guys, I just wanted to share my thoughts that I think that, I don't think that Kimishima and Nintendo are being upfront and honest about it. And I think that that's unfortunate. I don't think that they want to admit that the Wii U is going to the wayside and they're moving on to the next thing pretty quickly here. But I can't fault them either, and I don't know, maybe you guys can, maybe you guys can't. Of course, I want to hear what you guys think about this. But I don't know that, I just don't know that I can be mad at them per se. I think that there's probably even a better way to have gone about this and be a little bit more honest and get the concept across that, yeah, we love that machine. We tried really hard and a lot of people really enjoy it, but it didn't do what we wanted it to do. So we're going to let it finish out this year. We've got, we had this great Star Fox game and this great Pokken game come out, and we're going to have Zelda still next year for it, so be excited for that. But also, we're pretty excited about this new phase of Nintendo with our new machine and our new ideas that we're not ready to talk about yet. Say it that way. God, Nintendo hire me. I should work for you. I mean, that was perfect. It was So perfect. Anyway, they're not going to do that stuff. They gotta say it the way they gotta say it. Kimishima did what he had to do. He's doing his job. But I think that people should, not read too much into this. Like, oh, it's not a success. What does this mean? It's something totally different. I think that the new way to play is going to be a weird new controller, a new operating system. Maybe it's a hybrid with a handheld. All these things is what it's going to be. It's going to change the gaming experience a little bit, but I think it's still going to be a regular, traditional old console. And yes, it's going to replace the Wii U, guys. There was nothing that cryptic in these words that Kimishima was saying, I don't think, personally, my speculation. So I wouldn't read too much into it, guys. But, that's it. I'm going to wrap this up. Man, it feels good to be talking into my microphone, which this is the third video in a row where I've knocked this damn stupid pop filter. Talking into my microphone, talking into my good camera for you guys, looking all sexy. And I really appreciate your guys' patience. Like I said, these two great games came out, Doom 4 and Uncharted 4, while I wasn't able to make videos. And I hit this milestone, 3,000 subscribers and beyond. I'm at like 3,020 or something now. People have been subscribing while I haven't been making videos. That's awesome. You guys kick ass. Typically, I'm not in this position where I can't make videos and upload and discuss gaming and Nintendo and stuff. So, I appreciate you guys coming on board. Hopefully everyone is enjoying the content. I'll probably do a new Q&A sometime soon and put a call out for some questions and stuff. But, I appreciate all the new subscribers. It's great to be back. Thank you so much for putting up with it, guys. Talk to me about Kimishima, Nintendo, the NX, the Wii U, all of this stuff that has come out this last couple of weeks. I know I'm like a week late, but I had no choice. Tell me what you think about all this. Do you agree with my theories that this isn't really as true as they're making it sound, or do you think that there's something to it? Definitely am curious. Like I said, it's good to be back. This, of course, is Rob of Rule of Two Review, guys. I'll catch you guys next time on another regular video with my good camera and my good microphone.